Time is 5:32. A hung jury in the trial of Christopher Schurr. 3 years after Patrick Loyola was killed, more than 5 days of testimony and 4 days of deliberations, Schurr's second-degree murder trial came to a close. Those jurors coming back into the courtroom deadlocked yesterday morning just after 9:30. You can see the judge there. That's her declaring it a mistrial. 13 on your side's Emily Scarlett joining us live from outside the courthouse where it all happened. Emily, good morning to you. You've been covering this case since the beginning. So what do we know about the mistrial this morning?
Well, Tanner, a disappointing outcome for both sides, really. Defense attorney Matt Borgula says he thinks most of the jury was in favor of an acquittal, but because they could not get all 12 to agree, Judge Christina Mims was forced to rule this a mistrial. Again, a disappointing outcome for both sides, the two clashing repeatedly during trial, and both giving remarks shortly after that mistrial was declared in a press conference, with both sides praising the work of the jury, saying they took things very seriously and worked hard to try and come to a verdict. Now, Kent County prosecutor Chris Becker is saying to reporters, while he's disappointed, he isn't necessarily surprised by the outcome.
What happened today is not what anybody was expecting or wanted. We're hoping for a verdict, and I think the family, and I don't know if they've talked here, but they're extremely disappointed, as am I. Especially when you look across the country, there's a number of police-involved incidents where it ends up in a hung jury quite a bit. So we always knew there was a possibility. It's a difficult case.
Now, as for the defense, Borgula telling reporters Schurr is now moving forward with the status quo, saying there are no real winners here and that he plans to appeal.
We cannot declare victory because there really is no winning here. A man died, and that is a very serious thing. Christopher Schurr is happy that the jury didn't determine that he's criminally responsible for that death. But, you know, it's hard to say that we feel like this was a victory.
So what's next? Prosecutor Chris Becker can now retry the case, offer a plea deal, or dismiss the charges altogether. He says before he makes any decision, he will be speaking with the Loyola family, as well as taking feedback or considering feedback from jury members. Now, as for Christopher Schurr, he had not been in custody prior to trial starting. Remember, he was released on bond back in 2022, and he's not in custody now. He was discreetly escorted out of the courtroom yesterday, avoiding any cameras, as we now all await what comes next in this case. Back to you.
Yeah, so Emily, this case, again, as you alluded to there, it might not end here. Prosecutor Chris Becker could file a lesser charge in this case and bring it to a new jury. Did he give any indication about how or if he was going to do that?
No, he didn't say when, and he said that he would not be pressured by anything other than what he feels is the right thing to do. That's what he said when he brought these charges initially, about why he brought them, and that he said he was not influenced at all by any public pressure, and that won't be the case this next time. He says that he won't be rushed with this decision, as it's a big one. So again, he says that he will be speaking with the Loyola family, taking into consideration what they feel should happen next. And again, also going back to any feedback that he got from jurors as to what happened in this case and the evidence that was presented.
All right, Emily Scarlett reporting live outside of the Kent County Courthouse. We appreciate it. Emily, thank you.